obviously the slow start for Sonics, but we didn't really think much off Wildcard. Okay, sure, they beat Sonic 7-2. You know, it is what it is, but we didn't expect to be sat here with seeing what Wildcard has done for this league, which is been nothing short of exceptional from where they were. You know, it's wow, you cannot put it into words how justified where Wildcard are standing is deserved. It really is deserved. Bank, a map that both teams just absolutely love. It's very high preference for both sides. This is DZ's most preferred map out of the 9, so they'll be ready for this. I think the style of play for Bank, where it is very open, it allows players like Pamba, who can maybe stretch their legs a little bit more, where Oregon is a little bit more linear in what you have to do. I think Bank gives you a couple more options, a couple more entry points, and already he starts to get hot and messy in the open area. Misses out on one kill. He doesn't know who to look at, and finally will get served. But my goodness, Rob, what a way to kick things off. A shaky start for Pamba.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you're very thankful that they don't ask how, they ask how many, as Pamba was able to collect the kill eventually. Canadian as well, tagging in, so it's a 5v3 advantage early for DarkZero here. Worried about Spirits up above, who had impacted the floor and lone office in towards open area, but Mark's taking a handful of damage, down to about 30 HP himself. So Wildcard on their roam, getting taken apart a little bit here from DarkZero, and it's going to be up to them to be able to turn this execute into a success as Pamba. We criticized them slightly heading into the game after a less than stellar performance on Oregon, but we might be seeing a Pamba party time now. The second kill on the round. Canadian will start dispatching these Goyo canisters as well with the Twitch drone, looking up the hatch. Pamba gets 3. It is a party time. It's Spirits trying to jump off the top rope, back and forth with the P90, and ultimately he takes more damage than he deals onto Rice, and it's Rice to clean it up. A flawless round to start things off for DarkZero.
Well, that's one way to kick things off. Welcome, Pamba. We missed you the last map. Welcome back. This is exactly what DZ want. Whenever this guy is on his game, it's very, very difficult to take down DZ. Very difficult. We see the difference. If Pamba's not having a good game, DZ are there for the taking. Now Pamba's ready. He's ready to go. He's on a map which suits him a lot more. This is where DZ, I think, will just start to ease into the game. Getting that first round is always difficult. Getting that first round gets you off the board. You're in, you're ready to go. Yeah, exactly what DZ need. Wildcard just losing the opening engagements. They need to refrag better. They did not get a single kill back in favor of themselves.
Yeah, it was a tough hold there in open area, and like we said, it was a little ugly to start there for Pamba. It's just missed opportunities on one member in the hallway underneath the default camera towards the beepers and inside of open area, stacking behind the desks. So
10 seconds to go.
Could have been a lot cleaner, but like I said, they don't ask how. They ask how many, and it was 5 kills for DarkZero and 0 kills for Wildcard. So for them, starting out on the defense here on Bank, mentioned that they are victorious against the Sonics. That is, I imagine, the only record we have of them on Bank. They've played it elsewhere throughout the stage, and meanwhile, we've got quite the winning streak here for DarkZero on Bank. So I think early odds makers would have had it as a slight favorite towards DarkZero heading into the matchup, especially with Pamba now picking in. Canadian now hopping onto a Montaigne. This could get ugly in a hurry.
Yeah, Monty is a big issue on a map like Bank, especially for open area where you can essentially just walk into the site and plant behind the bomb. You can't really stop him. It's very, very difficult. Sure, you're going to try and bring C4s and smoke to stop it, but it's only just a matter of time before you run out of all that utility, and Monty's just going to do what he does best and just be an absolute nuisance. Here he comes. This is how easy it is for Canadians. A big reason why we see Monty be banned on a map like Bank, because he's so strong. He can do this. We talk about Monty. Some of the stuff he can do, no one else can do this. Oh, and Wildcard are letting him get away with absolute murder. DZ, a freebie of a round. It shouldn't be happening, but here we are.
There goes Packer, the first one to fall somehow, as a plant was going down 5v5 in the middle of the bomb site, and now Canadian will just set up shop, fully deployed on the shield. Adam will attempt to swing out towards top square, but Pamba on the roof in a different area code will put him 6 feet under. It's a 5v3 now, and there go the smokes that could have potentially moved Canadian out of the way. You've got 2 nitro cells, and those are the only things left on the board left. There goes 1. It barely does anything to Canadian. It'll be 1 for the Roni on Mark to grab Rice. And now Gavin has been downed as well, but traded out. It's now down to a 1v2, but you still got the Montaigne fully standing here. So Merc with no time on the board, it is impossible. And DarkZero, after Canadian will do a little dance in celebration, will trade out, loses his mind into the face cam, and DarkZero will take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, just too easy again for DZ. This time they just walked into sight. Nobody's home. The lights are on, but nobody's home. That is how you look at that. They have everything sitting ready for the Monty, the smokes, the C4s. It should just be an absolute onslaught that Canadians should be walking into, but it wasn't. So, Wildcard, you have to wake up. You have to get in the game, because DZ on a map like Bank, they will just have their way with you. They will.
I think, again, just to reiterate the stakes on this map on Bank, the last one of group stage, the last BO1 that we're going to see here in NAL Stage 2, it really is just win, and you're the 2 seed, lose, and you're either the 3 or the 4 seed, depending on how you lose. Because no matter what, the winning team is going to walk away with either 3 or 2 points. Oxygen's on 15, both of these teams are on 14. So no matter what, somebody's walking away ahead of Oxygen in points. They'll secure the 2 seed, so round differential will only come into like a tie break with OXG for that 3 seed. It's really just as simple as, it doesn't matter how, just get a W, whether it be in overtime or in regulation. And I think for Wildcard here, just trying to scrap a couple rounds back, get back into this game, and remain competitive, because you never know what can happen once you get to overtime. It's not looking great right now for Wildcard. Man, this roam has been decimated, and also, like you said, the attention to detail on the bomb site, the smoke playing topside, unable to deal with the Montaigne that was just walking into site and planting. It's tough for Wildcard to start things out here.
They need to find their feet quickly. It's easy. Bringing the hurt again with this Ying, and gonna make a lot of damage on that basement. Merc, of course, on the Warden will try and eliminate that Ying early on. Pamba thinking twice, takes quite a lot of damage, and now rotates away off the rest of his team. So DZ slowing down the pace just a little bit more. Obviously having to deal with these open area players is the big issue for them. I do like the position that Spirits is in. Playing that solo is just giving that information, seeing if he can spot somebody on cameras. Pamba's been downed. Was trying to get the Candela is tossed in towards open area, but he can still be revived, so that utility doesn't go to waste. But Wildcard looking in better shape. They haven't lost early control of open area. And DZ, realistically, Rob, they're not even in the building. They're just sat outside.
Yeah, it sure looked like DarkZero had ideas of being able to just walk their way down blue stairs, but Mark putting up a decent fight there. Now it's Adam and Surf inside of open area, and Small Office in open as well. Trying to dissuade anyone from DarkZero from working their way into the building. Spirits as well, topside with Solus. He's going to miss the crouch walk in from Rice, though. It's going to go right underneath him. Beeper will give him the indication, and here comes Spirits in the vault, but not before Rice will get one onto Adam, and turning his attention back towards Spirits in the main lobby. Impacts the wall to open up 2 angles of opportunity. Playing ring around with Rosie at the desk. Rice collects them both. So again, this roam for Wildcard dismantled by DarkZero.
I don't know how Rice has got 2 kills, let alone 1 kill. He should have been dead as soon as the beepers went off, but it wasn't the case. Merc, who was on blue stairs earlier, has rotated towards main stairs, but because he has left his position, it gives DZ access to server. It allows them to get where they want to, and that is to start looking for that aggress in towards the site. There is still those hatches to deal with. They're not sure if anyone from Wildcard is still up in open area. We can see that there's not. But DZ don't know that. What a shot from Gav. Merc was holding the sliver. But Gav pre-fires perfectly. It's the headshot. And Wildcard, we thought it was looking good, Rob. A good shape being held, but nope, it's gone.
Surf will get one onto Rice with a smoke grenade to prevent the vision from Packard's mirror to be useful. The Nitro Cell goes flying out towards the bomb chassis, and that'll be Surf cutting down Gavini, but the plant is still going down amidst the smoke. Here comes Packer on the run, but the pre-fire inches away from collecting onto the torso of Canadian. Pamba will clean it up, and it's a swift 3-0 lead for DarkZero. Not as simple that time around, but the same result nonetheless.
Oh, a moment of brilliance from Rice. Opened everything up there for Wildcard. They lost all control of that mid floor. I mean, Spirits, here's the beeper. That should be fed free to his players in open area. And sure, your teammate's been killed, but you need to get that kill back. You cannot give Rice a second. And then from there, positions get shifted around. DZ get what they were after initially, which was a very quick blue take. They still got that in the end. Wildcard, time out. It's needed. You've lost 3 rounds, 3 very different rounds as well, Rob. One round that you just got steamrolled in, very, very quickly just by not winning engagements. The second round, you're sleeping at the wheel. And in the third round, you're in a very strong position and you just let it slip through your fingers.
Yeah, I think that the other thing that I'm noticing here, and this is very anecdotal, there's not a lot of hard science behind this, but in all my years of watching Canadian play Rainbow Six and all the years that we've had face cams on this man, you can kind of pick up his mannerisms and his expressions. And all his expression right now in this face cam is telling me is, guys, we are so much better than this team. This team is not on our level. We just keep doing this over and over again, and there's no touching us. And it was a very different vibe in the space station game. It seemed like Canadian had a lot more respect for the skill level in that lobby and the ability to go back and forth. I don't think that the way these first 3 rounds have gone, that Wildcard have left an impression on Canadian or anyone on DarkZero that there is much of a battle to be had here. 4 rounds away from cleaning it up as DarkZero. Still plenty of time to get back into the game here for Wildcard as they'll head to a Tellers and Archives defense to try and get some semblance of traction. But I'm just watching that face cam round after round for Canadian, and he seems just not quite disrespectful, but just assured that they are on a different plane of existence than Wildcard.
It's okay to, admire your hero, Rob. I know that, Troy he's Superman to you, isn't he? That's the way that the Canadian fan base view this man. We've seen every emotion. Every emotion this guy can physically have, we've seen it over his tenure. He's one of the Hall of Famers. Well, whenever he retires, he will get into that Hall of Fame, but well, if he wants to retire again, there was that period where he fooled us, Rob. But, he's been around for so long. We know everything he's thinking. We know the way he operates. He's the only player to be able to take 3 different teams to a championship. That in itself is such a staple of what he can deliver. And, this DZ side, it's, the DZ mentality is they invest in youth and they keep the old man, they keep them right. And it's worked out for them. Major last year, they've been looking, I think, a lot sharper than what they have previous seasons, this current season. And, I think definitely they're favorites to go to the Major again. Oh, Spirits, no, you can't, no. Rob, cut the stream. I can't turn it off. I don't want to. My eyes are bleached. My eyes are bleached.
It's a Pamba party time, all right. There'll at least be 1 traded back from Wildcard, but Adam's gonna have to bail out. Just the overbearing presence of Canadian on the Montaigne pushing up the stock hallway. Packer will get 1 on the fadeaway as well onto Rice, but health advantage on the side of DarkZero, manpower advantage on the side of DarkZero. Packer's the lone man on the objective as Adam is still over towards open area, and it looks like Packer wants to get aggressive again towards the top of square stairs. This is again a round where it's just not quite there for Wildcard. It seems like DarkZero are very content to wrap back towards lobby and try and go for a Teller's plant here. This is very difficult for the members of Wildcard remaining to be able to quell. This is looking dangerous here and looking like a potential 4-0 lead for DarkZero.
It is. They don't have a good way of getting rid of Canadian. Nobody on the side of Wildcard has any utility left. No impacts, no nothing. Sure, a couple of goo mines are here and there, but they're easily spotted out, and Troy just has to go to the other doorway. It's as simple as that, and again, just feeds this information. Pamba walking down the stairs, catches him. Look at the teamwork, look at the synergy, look what that Monty brings, and an NJR gets the final pick. DZ, this is way too easy.
Way too easy indeed. And like I said, it seemed like from Troy's reactions through all of these rounds that he just had a feeling, he had an inclination based on how things had gone through those rounds that they were just on a different level. And it sure seems like they're demonstrating that in full force right now. Up 4-0. This is definitely not the same Wildcard performance we saw against the Sonics in their first play day on Bank, in which, again, we will remind everyone that the Wildcard was able to beat the Sonics 7-2 on this map. Yet DarkZero here for the very last game, the very last best of 1 of the group stage of stage 2. Man, looking well in control right now. I think for Wildcard, you're kind of just trying to salvage what you can this half and move over to your attacking side, but DarkZero's attacks or anything to go by. I don't know that swapping to the defense is going to make them any less threatening.
Oh, it just feels like a total mismatch. Total mismatch right now between Wildcard and DZ. Wildcard are not doing the generic stuff correctly. The lack of refrags is so apparent. Just allowing the Monty just to walk all over the map and not do a single thing about it. He's walking through everyone, and they're just letting him do it. They are letting DZ get away with all of this. There's no fight back. DZ, you mentioned Troy and his emotions. You said he can see this as a weaker side. And he knows that, and that's why he's doing all the things he's doing, because he knows that Wildcard are letting him do it.
Like Merc wants to try and take things back into his own control here, trying to swing out of the E-Box hallway, but he get droned out here, so the best he can do is swing out and acquire a drone. But Canadian, once again, he's got off the Montane, he's over onto the Twitch, but he is doing some work with that Twitch drone on the objective as well, clearing out some mute jammers, and I don't think the plan has changed much here for DarkZero. Seems like, once again, we're going to get some top square control, try and push into kitchen. I don't know that DarkZero has any designs to go beyond that, though, as it looks like it's only one roamer topside. Spirits the Warden over towards Checkers. The lone man who's supposed to hold this out, Pamba. Boy, we gave him some grief after Oregon, and he has turned things up to 11.
He has. He's stretched his legs. He's been able to get in there, and in comes the Candelas. Is he going to go for the jump? And yes, he will. Guman will hit him in the foot, though. Stops him momentarily, but the Yings still are going off. And Packard, you know that there's a Ying right beside you. C4 gets tossed, but Pamba's just going to dance right past it and pick up Packard nonetheless. Another Candela. Look at the ground that Pamba has gained for his side.
Just unloading with the T95. Well, down off Adam will finally get traded out, but not before he's able to claim 2 lives. Spirits retreating from the top side to get back into the bomb site. Now it seems like a false flag there, as DarkZero really just kind of sent Pamba on a single-man mission to decimate what he could on the objective, and the rest of the attackers still off the bomb site. So it's done 2 important, crucial missions there. Pamba getting 2 picks, especially again onto the Smoke, who has not been long for this world. Able to get rid of the mute as well with a nitro cell onto the bomb site, and you're able to clear Spirits off the top floor, who's now trying to re-engage towards the printer window. But everyone again for Wildcard amassing on this main floor towards the bomb site. And DarkZero, they're going to have the top control necessary to pinch in towards the bomb and make life very uncomfortable for Wildcard.
And DZ, they can amp up the pressure, then they can slow it right back down. They're playing mental warfare with Wildcard. Wildcard think, oh, they're inside, we have to rush back. But nope, that was just the trick to get you to leave your positions to open up the space for DZ. More kills will trade back and forth. The remaining 2 players are in open area. Merc, great shot on the Canadian. Now will rotate away. NGR, there's a bit of movement. And Merc makes a great rotate up the stairs, keeps him out of harm's way with 10 seconds to go. He is now the lone defender remaining. Has the Solus gadget, can see where the plant's going to go down, has to drop in towards the hatch. Rice will go for the default plant, and now NGR has to drop in a great off-site angle position. He's going to be sat in, catches Merc by surprise. My, oh my, DZ do it again, 5-0.
Like you said, it was a good fight back there from Spirits and Merc in the bomb side, a 2v4 to the 2v2, and I did like the Merc rotation upstairs on the Solus to be able to see where the plant was going down. Just the unfortunate consequences that Spirits is alone.
His teammate died. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, is really tough there for Spirits to win out that engagement. If he had won that 1v1, then obviously it's a much more winnable situation there for Wildcard. But man, beautiful work here. And again, Pamba on that solo entry. It really did seem like everyone on Wildcard bought the bait, which was they're all flooding in through printer window. No, it's one dude with 4 Candelas who's able to rip apart your hold on the objective, force everyone to retreat back to the site. So for DarkZero, 5 clean attacking rounds, looking to make it a perfect 6-0 half and end out groups with a statement being made against Wildcard, not only securing the 2nd seed to be able to skip tomorrow's games and have a first round bye in the decider matches, but also really just kind of put their stamp on a nice beat down of the team that seemed to be the new kids on the block.
It's men versus boys. That's what it feels like. I think Wildcard, for the majority of their games they played this season, have looked incredible, and this is... they're going backwards almost. They took 10 steps forwards, and now they're going backwards, and it shouldn't be the case. It really shouldn't be. This team should be up here battling with the best and should be battling against the likes of DarkZero, but they are just, they're not in the right headspace today. I don't know what it is. This is not the wild card we've seen all season. It's not.
No, Merc was going for a spawn kill top square as well, just trying to get any kind of momentum going, but he's going to quickly fall away from there. As Pamba had actually used the Gara hook to get into CEO and really try and pick up that opening pick onto Merc, but Merc had already made his way down towards the archives. There's a rotation coming here, and again, another early rotation.
Pamba.
Cut down sprinting, and Pamba with 12 now. This is round number 6. He is at this moment averaging 2 kills a round. An unreal performance in stark contrast to what we saw from Oregon. And now for Surf, I think he's got to start debating bailing out. Spirits was also lone office. He is still in lone office. This gets misdroned by DarkZero. Spirits has a flank of Dreams opportunity. But I think Rice just droned him out. And I now think Spirits has to fight his way back towards the elevator hallway, and he'll get cut down. Wildcard trying anything and everything available, and it's just not working.
Yeah, this is where they're trying too hard to find a kill. You know, it's desperate. Desperation stinks of it right now for Wildcard. And even look at this. Merc inside of Archives gets hunted. DZ are just tearing them limb from limb. This has been the heftiest one-sided we've seen in this league so far this season. This isn't even fair. It's not. Oh, Surf gets one back, but realistically, Rob, what's that going to do on the impact in the round?
Packer was swinging all the way up Marble Stairs towards the top floor. You get cut down to about 50 HP and tried to help Surf on the double swing out the open area double door, but gets decapitated for the trouble. So it leaves Surf now in a 1v4, the only man to claim a life on DarkZero's side in this round thus far. Try and prevent, you'll have to ace to do it. A flawless half, 6-0. Here come the Candelas from the Canadian, all pouring down. Seems like a bunch of DZ attackers at least hit some goo mines there, so some utility getting some work done, but the Candelas continue to rain out as it's Rice putting the plant down. An entire magazine of that T5 will spray errantly and not collect on a single member of DarkZero. The super shorty comes out in desperation. He's got to reload everything now, going head to head with a skeleton key, stuck in a corner like a rat in a maze with nowhere to go, 4 to find. You still got the super shorty out, and Merc is honestly sick of it now. It's at least down one, but Surf will be unable to get that one back. It's a 6-0 half. DarkZero in the driver's seat on match point, looking to claim that second seed in style.
Smiles all around for DZ.
Yep.
And I think if you're Wildcards, you just smile for the pain. You may as well, because you're not coming back from this. There's no shot. There's not a hope that Wildcard are beating DZ right now. No way. DZ on top of the game. This is them in their element. This is their map. This is the map that they want to always play if they get the opportunity to. Pamba's on fire. NJR's immortal. He hasn't even died yet.
Didn't even notice that.
Oh, Rob, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Yep. And I think for all the games that we've worked, you and me, Harry, for these Wildcard games, like you said, Wildcard have looked pretty promising and very good in those games. Now, a lot of those were border games, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt that it was a lot of repeated demonstration of ability on a singular map. But like we talked about off rip, this is a map they've won on this stage convincingly against another top team in Sonic, so...
They beat M80.
Yeah.
You know, like, that is a statement already for that side. And on a map like Skyscraper, wasn't on border, you know, we've mentioned how good they were on border. They beat them Skyscraper. You know, it's disappointing. You know, I think it's a real stinger of a way to go out in your final game and put on this kind of performance with, obviously, playoffs looming so close. It's just a bit of a letdown for Wildcard today.
Yeah, and like you said, playoffs looming. It was the opportunity here, if you were able to win against DarkZero in any fashion, you're going to be able to skip tomorrow's games and wait until next week for your first best of 3. But now it's Wildcard trying to imitate what they saw from DarkZero. They will be successful in grabbing NJRs. There goes the smoke. Then a little bit of damage, but honestly not a lot for the amount of utility that's been sacrificed here from DarkZero. This will chase the member on Blue Stairs Canadian all the way back up. Oh, this is looking pretty good for the Montaigne push here for Wildcard to at least get one on the board.
Yeah, hopefully they can just walk down, and Merc is in the site, and not a single person knows that Merc is there. Will get defragged by Gav, but the damage has been done. They've eliminated the Goyo, and the smoke is gone. The Montaigne now just comes into the element. Canadian, he gets eliminated, and yeah, looks as if Wildcard is not going to be the clean sweep for DZ that they would have wanted, unless this man can have a party of his own right now, and the swing and gets that DMR, but nothing happens at the moment. Looks towards the hatch, will find one, drops in, will try and take the 1v1 against the Monty, who tries to get the pistol kill on the Pamba, who now rotates away toward main stairs. Know that they still have that Lion to deal with, creeps up towards the main stairs. Here's the beeper goes off, will know that Lion has rotated in towards open area, but never mind, Surf is playing games with him. He's rotated all the way in towards Tellers, play off the Monty, use that information, knows that Pamba will drop, tries to get the 2 mines in, but it's only a matter of time before Surf comes in and sweeps up the final kill. Diffuser slowly ticking out of sight for Pamba. Spirits tried to get his kill, but instead will feed Pamba even more so. Does not have enough time to stick that. 2 mine goes off. And there goes the kill. Surf with an easy swing. Wildcard at least have something to talk about. They got 8 rounds.
You can see Packer clapping there, smile, like you said, smile through the pain, clap it up, you know, just take what you can. This is looking ugly, but hey, we have seen 6-0 comebacks before. They are not common by any stretch of the imagination, but I think for Wildcard here, it's just kind of salvaging what you can, take it 1 round at a time. Don't get too overwhelmed by the mountain of a task in front of you. And I think for DarkZero, they're getting fed a little bit of their own medicine. It's not bad for them. You should be able, if you're going to have that Montaigne up and have at your disposal to use, that means the other team's going to have it available to them as well. So some practice reps in on being able to play against that Montaigne. First round, not as successful. We'll see if Wildcard continue that.
DZ have another chance to close it out in good fashion. They will head towards the Tellers and Archives, and I feel as though we haven't really talked much about the strategies that teams have been implementing, because it has been just so kill-based and one-sided, Rob. But for the mid-floor, it's I'm still not the biggest fan. I think it's got a lot of issues in terms of the verticality is everywhere, and also there's a lot of walls that you can open up. You know, and if you want to go Teller's Archives, you are forced to have to extend out in towards open area and extend in towards that top floor. You just can't sit in this site. You have to try and really stretch your legs and control roughly about... You're looking at controlling nearly 60% of the map. DZ are not extending into open area, though. They're just going to lock it up. Triple wall, fully reinforced. It's gone. And they've put a lot more of their utility towards the top floor, where teams would almost play a little bit more loose in top floor, shoot a couple of drones, fall back early on into open area, where they'll have the majority of their off-site presence. Oh my goodness.
Well, there goes Mert, start things off. A beautiful, disgusting, filthy shot there from Rice towards the lobby rappel. This will be Adam trying to open up the elevator as well. Montaigne has already made his way up, but another one picked off by Rice. Doing some damage here on the Spirits, but the hip fire will only get 1 as Pamba joins in with the super shorty. And now it's all falling apart here for Wildcard, torn to pieces at the top of Marble Stairs. It's just Surf alone. He's inside a CEO, trying to push his way through Banana. And he hits yet another goo mine, trying to pull that out. Pamba will try and swing and make it 18. Gonna make it 18, currently on 17. He'll actually bail out. He'll play it a little bit smarter here. So for Surf, last man standing, he's just gonna try and finish this one out with a few more rounds. And swinging wildly will not be successful. It's DarkZero to collect the #2 seed after group stage. A beautiful performance from DarkZero with a 7-1 decisive victory.